everyone, so today we're doing embroidery on a buttercream cake. So I have made my pattern for the embroidery. I have measured the height of all of the tiers, and then I've also measured the width of where I want the embroidery to start and stop. It's mainly at the front of the cake, so this is why I have the different widths here, and I've also labelled which one is for which tier. So you need a pattern, which I freehand drew. After you've measured, create yourself a pattern. You're then going to need a piece of acetate to put over the top so you can pipe on the pattern, or you could use food grade cellophane. I don't put this in the oven to dry because I'm using black, and any embroidery like this I would leave out on the bench overnight to dry for the cake the next day. So pattern, acetate. You're also going to need a damp chucks to wipe your piping tube in case any little bits get stuck. And I'm using a 000 piping tube, which is a loyal 000. So if you've got the Ice Master tubes, it's nowhere near as small as a 000 Ice Master. You're probably looking at a comparison of a 0 or a number 1. And then just a disposable piping bag with the black Original Deco Magic in it. So let's get started, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. So I'm starting with my top tier pattern, and as I said before, I have a 000 piping tube in there here with black Original Magic. So I'm just going to start piping. Now if you have little tips like this on the end, just get a wet chucks cloth or a face washer and just wipe them off. Now I just made this pattern up from looking at a picture, so it's not exactly the same as the original picture, but the bride's not worried. And if you make a mistake, you can just wipe it off with the wet chucks. Okay, so that's the top tier embroidery done for the cake. Now we're just going to leave that to air dry. Being black, it won't take very long. Second tier goes in a different direction, but that doesn't make any difference to the piping. As you could tell from the first tier video, I normally don't inscribe when I pipe. I actually hold the piping bag way above the plastic and I just watch where it drops. So we're going to do our continuous line first. It goes all the way through. And then do all the other lines off it. Okay, that one got a bit of a lump in it. So just to show you how easy this is to wipe off, I'm actually going to use my finger to start with. And then a wet chucks. See, this is the beauty of using Deco Magic, the fact that you can leave it on plastic or acetate, then you can leave it to dry and it becomes flexible. Then you can place it on your cake. And the cake this is going on is a buttercream cake, so it's perfect for that. But you can't pipe directly with Deco Magic onto the side of the buttercream cake. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to pipe, using Deco Magic is a good way to start, because you can pipe flat and then stick it on the side of your cake. Whereas when you're learning to pipe embroidery, you need to have the skill to be able to pipe on the side of the cake, but you need to have piping skills to start with. So this is a good way for you to practice to get your piping skills by using Deco Magic. Right, that's the second tier's embroidery done. I'm now going to do the bottom tier. As you can see, I definitely do not inscribe at all. I watch where the icing lands. I prefer to do this sort of piping than inscribing. I feel I have more control over how much pressure I use on the piping bag because I can actually see where it's landing. And with Deco Magic, it's very flexible and you don't seem to get many breakages in it either. But if you make a good royal icing, you should also be able to do this with royal icing. Obviously not on the plastic because you can't lift it up and have it be flexible. But just in general piping. This is the main reason I invented Deco Magic in the first place, to be able to pipe with it, to help me with my wedding cakes. But over the years we've discovered different ways to use the product, one of which was in lace mats, which has its place, but it's not the only way to use this product. Okay, that's the bottom tier done. So we have all 3 tiers of the embroidery now piped. We're going to leave it to air dry, and as I said, it doesn't take very long because it is black food colouring in the Deco Magic Original Gel. And then once the cake's finished, we will be able to put this on the cake and it will not bleed onto the buttercream or anything because the colour is encased in the dried gel. And when it first dries, it's flexible. There will be no need to put any water on the back like you would if it was going on fondant, because it'll just stick to the buttercream. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to do embroidery.